Hi, Alcazar. My family and lineage have a strong pattern of isolation and loneliness. We were forcibly moved from one country to the next in the hopes of finding work a few generations ago, and slavery ensued. Today, very few of my family are in partnership. Sometimes I wonder if we are cursed because it is so chronic. I also feel the pain of not finding a partner for my whole life. I'm afraid that this will be the path for my children, and I'm really trying to change this and bring healing to these aspects of feeling invisible and unworthy of a healthy romantic partnership. Please help me understand this.
Beloved one, you have been hearing as we have been talking the effect of programming passed down from your ancestors. This is deep within you. There has been so much pain and suffering through this process that you have called slavery. It is inhuman. It is part of the Dark Ages. And it is part of your genetic programming. So let us say something about this. Your genes, your DNA, which govern the genes, your DNA can be influenced, changed by very strong experiences and belief systems. So it is very common in situations of extreme emotional and mental stress, like someone who is a slave, being forced to do for others what they do not want to do, being looked down upon, not being seen, not being valued for who they are, but just for what they can do. Being seen not as beautiful people, but as tools to use and to abuse. So the intense anger, emotional anger, which could not be expressed, otherwise more punishment. So this intense anger, this intense emotional energy is so strong. The feeling is so hopeless that this creates a reaction in the very DNA, especially if it has occurred over many generations. So, beloved one, you are looking at your family and seeing the separation, seeing the results of this old programming. A programming that came out of these terrible situations. You are not alone, and you know this. There is a vibration, a feeling, an emotion underlying this of hopelessness. There's nothing you can do about this. This is part of this programming. And you are already feeling that in your life, and you are concerned about passing this on to your children. First of all, relax. When you change, the programming that has been passed on to your children will dissolve, and they will have a different opportunity if they choose it. So for you is to go back to your ancestors in a similar way that we have talked to the last person about dying as a witch. Your ancestors died in hopelessness. Total victim to those aggressors who were so vicious, so manipulative. Go back and talk to your relatives and say to them, I understand. It is not hopeless. We are changing this reality. Slowly, slowly, we are changing this reality. It is not like this for me now. Understand this. Even though it seems like it, life is not hopeless anymore. You have helped me to be aware, and in the awareness I come to you and say, it's changed. It has changed. When you do that, and when you can allow them to feel there is hope, that the generations following have a better life, what will happen is you will start to change the very timeline. If you can encourage them to feel a little hope, then that hope becomes part of your timeline. It is no longer such a powerful influence on you. You have changed the reality that you have been living up until now. The more you can show them that you are changed, you are part of their line, and you have changed, your life is changed. What you are doing is changing that timeline. And so there's less hopelessness. There's less victimhood because they know it is changing. And when they start to understand that from you, the very timeline is changing. And so the very influence that has been there in your DNA starts to lessen. This is a difficult concept, perhaps, to grasp. It is up to the rest of your family how they live this reality. But if you can do this, and if you can start to feel in your own life the changes, when you acknowledge your changes as they start to happen, you will not only be assisting your children, in a new way. You will be assisting your siblings, your greater family. This is not something that will necessarily change overnight, but it could. Go back to your ancestors. And if you are really interested in doing this, you can go back as far as you remember being forced out of the home, and then come to the next generation and explain it to them also. Change their attitudes and go through the generations until you come to now. And then on an energetic level, explaining it to your parents and to your siblings. Not in person, but simply connecting to their own beingness, their own humanness. So this is quite an adventure. But give it a try. Put some love, time into this process. We feel it will be of great benefit to you. Okay?